Okay, guys, welcome back, and we are finally going to be getting into our grand finals. We had some technical issues right there for the sides of our players, so we had to help them out, but we are back and ready to go to bring you guys the grand finals of the Crushers Cups. My name is Daks, and joining me is Mr. Lighting himself, Asurai, right there. In the night, he glows, and it's a pretty snazzy. His whole setup is.
You want me? You want me to show you my powers? Since it's
Show it.
Valorant. Hey Google, change
Uh-huh.
the lights to red. I need to put it back. It's super like in my face. Hey Google, change
That's
the lights to violet.
that's a production value right there, ladies and
Production value
gentlemen.
right there.
Production value. And yeah, we are gonna be getting into our next one in just a bit. Hopefully though our players are good to go. There you go. What are the like hopping on out of our test lobby right now? Like to make sure everything is a-okay into this one for both Team Fives as well as Team Ronin, because the winner of this one is gonna be receiving 75% of that 10,000 peso prize pool, 7,500. Loser gonna be having 2,500 only, but in the money these two teams are, and it really is gonna be a tough one between Ronin as well as Five, because this is a very, very star-studded roster on both sides.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. I need wait.
you do. You need to just put that one back. Oh, hey Google, please save Asurai from his own, his own sicknesses right there. And
Sorry.
hey,
I
it's all
took a
good.
quick bite,
Uh-huh.
so that's why I'm having like a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for, like dighay or something. I don't know what's that in English.
You're
In any
stuck
case,
in
yeah,
there.
this is gonna be such a hypey grind finals, like you were saying. I'm super excited to see what happens here because this is gonna be Ronin versus Five. Arguably, I think you said it already. Star-studded game from both teams. We got what was it from Ronin? Justin Weaver, Shiro-kun, Adrian, Getsimov, and Jadsu. And for the other side, Five, we just saw them on the second semifinals. Um, Humi, Jesse Vash, Jakama, Grand, and I forgot the last one. Uh, I,
Uh,
saw-
you
I
got
just
this.
saw it.
You got
Yeah,
this.
I totally forgot.
We got Jesse Vash, we got Humi, we got Jakama, we got Grant, and we got Dispenser there for Fives. I'm just looking to,
Dispenser. There we go. Yeah, the
yeah.
last one. Okay.
So I'm just like making sure that we are gonna be getting into the action already. We're just coordinating because we are like, huh, what is this test run? Whoa, what is this game? And basically, we just want to make sure that our players are good to go. And apparently, we are gonna get into the action. So, Mr. Asurai, we are taken
Mm-hmm.
aback by many things in life, including, game starting either on time or not. But technical issues do happen to our players, and we want to make sure that they are all good to go, so we can talk about the histories of these two teams instead into the game. Because right now, we are going to map number 1, ladies and gentlemen. It is Haven to start things off. Ronin on the defense, Five on the offense. And let's get it going in our only best of 3 in this set.
So I'm just gonna ask it right here, right now. I mean, this is a best of 3, but is this gonna be the start for Five? Because I know that Jesse Vash, we're friends on Facebook, so I see some of his posts, and he's looking for a while back. He was like looking for a competitive gaming monitor. Next up, he was
Yeah.
like looking to build a team, and now we're already seeing them claiming tournaments and stuff. So I think he's got all the necessary stuff in the bag already, and he's just looking for his team to perform. Now they've won already one tournament. Is this going to be the second tournament, or is it going to be Ronin's chance to shine again? Back in their glory days during PUBG. That's been what, 1 to 2 years now. Are they going to be able to replicate that particular, uh, impact now that we're on PUBG? What was that? Oh, give me another one.
Give me one. Justin
Yes.
Weaver just with a snipe out of nowhere. Shiro-kun comes on in, so defense here for Team Ronin looking to be pretty much on to the chicken dinner side right now. But Humi in the meantime will get the takedown. And hey, at least for Team 5, they made a mistake there transitioning onto the double doors with that Leer. It still will be enough for them to get the spike plant. So Ronin versus 5, big implications coming into this game. Honestly, for Team 5, they are a 2-time champion. Closed out at the end of the Valorant PH community lifespan there in CBC, as well as the Yasumiao X Corsair tournament where they won this map a lot. There was an only Haven map site, it was an only Haven map pool, and well, for Team 5, they have been playing this map for quite a lot over the last 2 days, and maybe they'll have the edge here. But it's not Justin Weaver versus the Cypher. There we go, though, with the tracking dart getting removed. Justin Weaver trying to go for a quick little defuse right here, right now. And he's just sticking it, doesn't really care. Jakama comes in from behind. And with a sliver of hope and a sliver of HP, Jakama survives for Team 5 to get that first capture, that first point here on Haven.
Man, being tagged by the webcam, you'd think that you kind of think that it doesn't matter at all, but that just allowed Jakama to use that good enough information to be able to play around Justin Weaver there, who had arguably more HP as well as better positioning. But in any case, Jakama just played it so incredibly well. He was very patient. He didn't really have to do anything because he was on the side that planted the bomb, or the spike rather. So really good job from him. And now we're going to be coming on to the second round with high hopes a little bit here for FiVe.
Yeah, we'll see if FiVe can make it another clean sweep. We'll see, though, if they are going to be able to hold on to the lines and go into the B side here for Dispenser. He has a Bulldog right now. It's going to be a buy round here for FiVe, so they're really respecting their opponent. They don't want to be in a state where it might be even lines. They don't want to be looking to play only with the armor advantage because of the occurrences from that previous round. And it really just goes to show how much respect Team 5 has against Ronin. These two teams seem like they have had a lot of history with one another in different games. And here on Valorant, seems like it to be the same case yet again.
Still is one more Lear on this Reyna for the attacking side. So they're just waiting maybe to push. Now they do know that there is a chance, or maybe even do know already that there is the shorty is on the side of the defenders. So they're really taking the longer angles more here, because Justin Weaver has not found anybody to fight on those close range angles. He tries to go in for a poke with the shorty, but it can only go as long as you're near your opponents, and that didn't work out well for them. Now Jadsu coming in does get blocked out by a lot of this utility, but once those drop down, they might be able to see him, and he goes down straight up. Watch out right now. He should be able to win this one. It has to reload, and he goes down flawless for 5.
Too many bullets right there to handle, and Humi gonna be able to get that final blow. 2-0 right now for Team 5, but now they are gonna be in a little bit of a disadvantage in terms of that gunplay, because rifles abound here for Team Ronin. We'll see if these Renegade Samurais are gonna be able to get those takedowns. And as you guys have talked about before, actually, between Nausicaa as well as you, Mr. Asurai, there's a lot of history of CS here for Team Ronin between Adrian as well as Getsimov, especially just how strong they can be on the operator.
Yeah, these guys are just like prolific with the with sniper weapons. Adrian, what was this, like 2017, 2016? He made insane op shots. You know, even maybe that was like teenager prodigy CS:GO-esque plays, but he's kept his composure. He's still a very solid FPS player all throughout, and he's been just, you know, climbing the ranks here. Not sure if he's gone you know, like full-time pro now, or he's just like playing on the side, but whatever he does, he still makes a banger job being a highlight machine for us who are viewing him, spectating him in any game that he plays.
Exactly, and here and now we do have Jakama trying to push on forward. He's going to be looking to make it through to the other side, and he does have to deal with Getsimov and his position. But there we go with the curveball, allowing Team 5 to go for the push, but Getsimov wasn't really looking. Lumi, though, in the meantime, double peek is there, just running on in. And advantage right now for Team 5 as they get the spike plant onto A. And it's pretty difficult to siege into A as the defense because of just how its nature of how the positions from the attacking defenders right now are going to be basically setting up for different crossfires onto the points.
I mean, if you want to be able to retake A, the thing is you have to be on long as well, because again, if you're just going to come in from one angle, they could just like go on the other one and basically face you head on. They have to be worried about both sides of attack. It seems like it didn't really happen, and that's going to, you know, kind of be in the favor of 5. So third round for them. Good job for them overall. Still, you know, valiant effort coming out from Ronin to try to retake that. The bad thing about that, though, is I'm not sure if Ronin has money to buy in this round. Can we check that real quick?
Yeah, Mr. S, I think something happened to the streaming real quick. You were talking about it a little before. Oh no! So I'm gonna be looking to handle this one. So it's all you, real quick.
All right.
Casino with Team 5 with 3-0 advantage.
I got you. All right, we're just gonna try to, you know, continue this game right on from the get-go. Like I said, it's already a 3-0 advantage here for 5. Maybe they can get 2 more rounds, and it's gonna be 5-0 for 5. Hey, a little bit of that pun, but it doesn't really work out for me. In any case, big. I really love that one. I'm not sure which angle he threw that the sonar adder from, but it did get some information onto the back of CT, or rather defend or attacker side. In any case, nobody has really pushed out yet. Getting a little bit of control onto the A long. Nobody's actually defending them from Ronin, and they're going for a bit more of a crossfire refrag type of setup here, where at least if somebody goes down, they're going to be able to get a kill follow-up as well. Now, Cypher will be rotating back onto the A side just to go in and get some information onto long if ever somebody's going to be there. But the traps are set up, so they're going to be... might get caught out here. We'll see. All right, one has already been popped up. Justin Weaver's onto the side. The Spencer gets onto Getsimov, and the two CS veterans have finally seen each other. And it seems like the Spencer will be up for the win on that one. That round has not ended just yet. With 25 seconds left onto the clock, we're rotating, and it seems like it's going to be an A. Jadsu only has the shorty. If they peek him onto the left and he's not fast enough, gets the one. Where's the repeats? Show me what you got, Jadsu. And he only will take the one guy, but still, he gets a sight. It's going to be an overwhelming attack going onto the A side. They have to back away and allow that spike to get planted. Now, Adrian pops right out, goes out with this classic, but it's not going to happen. And Justin Weaver comes right back out, whips out his showstopper, but he gets socked himself and can't do anything about it. Left only to the Sova here. Can he clutch this? Gran has the angle already on CT, spots out the man, but he is spraying not really well there. And Shirokun destroys him with the frenzy. But I don't think it's enough time. He's just going to try to go back and maybe steal himself a weapon. And this is going to be a third round, or fourth round rather, for five. Maybe even catch Jesse Vash coming on to CT. And yeah, you're back.
Yeah, no, I'm back. We're trying to get the stream up, but all I gotta say is that pop-up on the shorty is one of my favorite things that may or may not be seen on stream. But hey, you know, we're trying, guys, and you know, Facebook is a completely different beast from what we're accustomed to. Hopefully, though, we can bring you guys back into the action, because Team 5 is just running away with it, 4-0 right now. And just how they executed on A so well, they were able to move on around, make sure that they had the angle, especially onto the connector from CT to A. And really just holding those lines against the defenders makes a big difference when you go to execute on Haven.
Now, you know, going into this next round, it seems like Ronin hasn't found the formula yet, what they need to do. He jumps over the off shot. Holy crap. The Spencer, he knew what Getsimov was trying to do there. Getsimov, though, finally gets a second shot off. He's not going to let the Spencer do that once again. But there's a refragger right there, gets the trade-off, and without a revive from the Sage here, it's going to be a 4 versus 4 at the end of it. Jadsu does not flick down fast enough. He misses his shot, or maybe he did, and he had to move, which again, I said at the earlier part of the stream, it kind of messes up the accuracy of your operator. So gotta be worried about that one. So you have to either take the fight, win it, then move. You can't move while taking a shot. It doesn't work.
And I believe we are actually back on the streaming side again. It's pretty obvious, guys, that we have a delay right here to make it proper tournament integrity and all bounds to allow our players all the privacy they need to get these games on. But I do believe we are back and ready to go here at fb.gg/Khrusher, so no worries about that, ladies and gentlemen, as we are going to be moving back into the action. Barbell Strike, though, going to be into play already, and you know, that Facebook server is pretty interesting. A whole new beast for us, but you know what is going to be also interesting is just how easy that Teams 5 can really plant the spike on. Shirokun, though, in the meantime, decides to go with the Hunt Furious, gets the tag onto the long side, but there we go with the pain shells being tossed over from Justin Weaver. Has to be very careful for hurting his own teammate, because Jakama instead sees Jadsu. Shirokun already going down, and overall, it's heaven and hell here for Justin Weaver as well as Adrian. Can they actually get anything done? Tag team duel! Adrian gets two! Beautiful flicks right there to get the advantage, and that's Grant coming on back instead. A sliver of hope right here, right now for Justin Weaver. Gonna be backing on off instead, and Team 5 making it a 5-0 lead. They are playing to their namesake and more here, Asurai.
Oh man, Adrian, I'm not sure if he knew that someone was directly on the site. If he does, maybe mentally he could have prepared for it, but those two initial kills were really well for like a defense, but not really enough. And this just goes to show how well five are able to, you know, take a site and make it their own for the next possible like 30 seconds. Where this is like the good thing about them, right? Where they push a site, but they don't use that much utility. So the utility that's left up, and we keep saying this again and again, is utilized so well that it burns so much time that at the end of it, even if Ronin are able to get kills and it's one left for 1 versus 1, it's up to the point where there's like 10 seconds left, and it's either you get the kill in the next 5 seconds, then defuse, or like in the next 3 seconds and defuse, or you just back away and save your weapon for the next round. And it's kind of happened twice or thrice in a row already. And I just gotta say that's just really good utility management from fiVe here.
Yeah, it really is. They are just able to execute so well with their abilities, and I feel like that's just the difference from the play style from the game they come from. Here for Ronin, as you said, more on the PUBG CS style, but compared to the Overwatch know-how here from Team fiVe, I might just understand a little more on how to really bait a few things here and there, and also keep in hand whatever abilities they have. Because in terms of like, if you're playing from CS, smokes are one time, mollies are one time, whatever, grenades are a one-time thing, but there are abilities here that regenerate, there are abilities here that come back because of kills, and overall, that's something Team fiVe just has the edge in terms of utilizing whatever they can to move into a site. And A is their target, A has been their prey, and they are going to be looking to feast onto both the Brimstone as well as the Sage.
Definitely gone B, so to speak. I think it's more of Ronin just getting a really good lockdown on B, and maybe fiVe wasn't really comfortable with that, but now that we've seen a lot more rotations coming out, Jadsu is such a triggered discipline god. He's like, I'm not gonna pop my shots yet after the Eye of Sauron comes out. And he does it so well, gets 2 kills. Yeah, exactly.
It was so fast. They literally just went on the site, and Team Ronin, this is where they are so strong, coming in from, those team-based tactics with PUBG and all the like. When they get on a site together, they are just basically in armor of 5, looking unstoppable. Humi, though, with the exit frag says to Adrian, hey, you're gonna die now. 5-1, though. At least Team Ronin gets back on the board, and this might be the start of something new again. But for fiVe, they are still in a good spot, because Jesse Bash has so much money in the bank. He can go for the operator, and they can take control of B and C if need be.
So you can see Ronin here, they were kind of figuring out in the past couple of rounds what type of agents we need per site. And it seems like their gamble or their educated guess worked out well for them. Put the Sage on A and necessarily block one of the pathways there of fiVe, so that at least for a couple of seconds, we won't have to worry about them coming in from both angles. And it worked out well. Jadsu also had a pretty cheeky angle there that it seemed fiVe didn't really check up. And it kind of happened twice, right? Where fiVe just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Doesn't notice these generic angles. Like what happened with Justin Weaver at the start of the round and that last round with Jadsu. But it works out for at least for Ronin's side.
At least. And it's just, if you don't respect Ronin and their angles, they will punish you so quickly. These guys are so quick on the trigger finger. They're so good with that tracking, and overall, the flick of the wrist there, we've seen it like from Adrian, especially on Ronin's side. He's just so quick at it with spray transfer. For fives, though, they play like a really well-oiled machine as a team, but right now, it seems like one of these cogs have already fallen all the way on A. Spencer getting caught by the defender there all the way on the eastern side, and it has to be tactics right now for fiVe to bring them out of this rut.
Yeah, I can't really remember what Dispenser's role was in CS, because there's some particular roles in CS where you can be an entry fragger. It is what it is. Like, it is what it sounds like. You push up as a loner, or you're a lurker, where you just kind of go for that 4-1 like you were saying a while ago. And I think Dispenser plays that role pretty well. So he's more comfortable doing stuff like that. In any case, gets him up here. Gets spotted out by Chikama, had to use the Cypher ultimate, and now with 30 seconds left onto the clock, where are they going to plant? Time's ticking.
It's grand time to plant that spike. Adrian, though, in the meantime, looking for the angle. Does see the Brimstone, but Jesse Bash with a save, and Team fiVe still in this fight. Chikama on the board right now. Here comes Justin Weaver trying to use that satchel pack to get on over. Wants to go for a hop, skip, and a jump, perhaps. Looking for a little bit of debate there, rotating on around Jadsu in the meantime, coming in from those double doors there onto the garage side. And well, it seems like our Rays, though, might be in for a surprise. But there we go with a quick little flick. Ooh. Justin Weaver right now will fall. It has Jesse Bash. Jadsu unable to secure that kill. And one shot is all that Jesse Bash needs. Can he make it? Yes, he does. With literally 1 HP to spare. Team fiVe surviving there. And who was the sad part there of Team fiVe? Dispenser died twice, just the lurking Brimstone. But overall, Jesse Bash again showing his clutch factor. And a little bit of luck there with 1 HP to survive. Oh my god, that was so close.
Oh my god, yeah. No words for that one. Jesse Vash played that extremely well. He actually was the reason why they won that particular round. He saved his teammate, Getsimov, from planting. All right. Yeah, was it Getsimov? Yeah, it was Getsimov from planting the bomb. He clutched the 2v1 against Justin Weaver and Jadsu. And I don't know, Jesse Bash is just, like I said, man, even with his maturity, I mean, it just goes to show that he knows so much about games. His game sense is incredible. Like, his ability to read his opponent as well as understand the game is what is allowing him to make these particular plays.
And just grandier things saved by Jesse Vash. And in the meantime, though, we already see the brawl. You see that from the Spencer hopping around trying to disrespect, gets him up there. But the shorty says, no, sir, you're not going to get out of this one like this. Econ right now, though, for Team Ronin, they are pretty much in a hole right now in their money. C-Long, though, push from Grand and the rest of the crew. And it feels like for Team 5, they are just looking for a straight path to victory. This Sova onto the corner. Gonna get caught at the nail. Then Chikama will lead to that takedown. Rotation coming on in from Adrian as well as Jadsu, but a scenario like this is a little too difficult. The spike can get planted, a lot of time in the back still, and overall, it's a very long rotation here as Jadsu messes up the jump and will get exposed already from the Cypher's tripwire.
Adrian, though, does have the Sheriff. He's solo on C. He's trying to peek out. Let's see what he can do with this one-tap revolver, if he's going to be able to do anything at all. And well, it seems like Ronin's not going to try to go for the savior. I don't know. Maybe they will. Agent's going to be peeking out. Okay, easy headshot. Looking for the second one. Can't really find it, so maybe just make it expensive for 5. But in any case, this is going to be another round for the attacking team.
All I gotta say is Asurai, it really goes to show how good these players are. Just seeing a guy bunny hopping like that, and then just slowly track to get that takedown. Stellar stuff. Oh, Adrian, you gotta respect that. No, okay, so you say good things about someone and they make a mistake. You know, that's not in CS, so I wouldn't mind. I think it's more like a battle royale, honestly. Don't go into the red guys. Don't go into the outside of the circle, that kind of thing. Or in this case, don't go inside the circle. Don't even touch it. Unfortunately, he was looking for a gun, but damn, that shot, though, was really stellar. Overall, though, the score doesn't lie. 7-1. Team 5 just with these executes. We've seen it before all throughout their series against AKG, against Anbu. As soon as they have their sites designated on a site itself, it is just theirs for the taking.
Oh, Getsimov finally gets his initial shot there. I'm not sure actually how many kills he has. I didn't really pay attention on the scoreboard there. Thank you. He's actually second place in terms of kills, but these are just kills where he gets them one at a time. Hasn't really gone like 2 kills with the operator. So he hasn't really been given the chance. It's been more of like 5 kind of overwhelming him at one point, whether it's because his positioning is a little bit too easily swarmed. In any case, he's already repositioned. This is how he plays. He likes to kind of take one shot and go back onto site and go for another shot. And now that he has that ability to breathe a little bit, maybe he'll be able to stop this possible push coming in onto the A site. He does have an ultimate, so here comes the orbital strike. Oh, counter orbital strike actually from the opposing Brimstone on the side of 5.
Yeah, I like that. It really just allowed the time to see Team to push, but Jadsu is just doing everything he can and more to get those takedowns. Here comes Humi, just dies. Shirokan on the board with 2. And overall, that was just Team 5 using their know-how in stalling to allow them to hold that 8 site. The moment that Getimo was in position on tower, and the fact that it didn't really lead to a kill there from the orbital strike of Grand, that was just Team 5 just lose, waiting, and looming. That was their destiny there. Just get dropped as soon as well as we had Jadsu with a really good angle with the wall. Overall, Team Ronin coming on back with a little bit more, but still, the score is pretty much in favor of Team 5, unless can Ronin actually go for a streak and make it around 7-5 before the halftime does occur.
They get that 7-5. That's the ideal one. Get those 3 straight wins. Getsimov is starting to warm up. The Spencer is always the one who's challenging his ex-teammate. He's like, I know how you play, man. I understand you like a book. But Getsimov is like, man, you can teach this old dog new tricks. Now, Justin Weaver as well as Adrian is stopping them in their tracks. Humi finally caught out Adrian there as Adrian frantically puts out his ultimate. And Shirokun popping out the shock darts. This man is so good with the Sova. Jesse Bash being caught up by that trap so well placed as well. is going to be able to not get Jesse Bash or not get Jadsu there. Actually, Jadsu's the one who's going to shut down Jesse Bash. And it seems like breaths of life coming out for Ronin here. We're not done just yet.
What a prediction from that tripwire. I wouldn't expect that tripwire to actually hit anyone, but you know, that's usually the spot you actually plant on C. And well, it was very, very cheeky right there. I don't think it's going to work again though against Team 5, but a very, very sneaky play there from Idrin. He was able to push into C short, move into the garage, and even get the neural theft before he died. And I love the shock dart step from Shirokun, using those angles to really just cook up Humi to begin with. Unfortunately for Phoenix, it's not gonna be enough. It's only your fire that actually keeps you alive. Everything else is just gravy right there for the opposition. Instead, as Getsimov gets a kill onto Jakama, it really is the difference here with an operator in their hand here for Getsimov. Every single time he has the angle, he gets a peek, he gets a takedown. 5v4 now again in favor of Team Ronin.
Getsimov, like I said, he's starting to heat up. He's feeling his bones, and this is it. But of course, there is that revive from Jesse Bash. He's gonna pick Jikama up. See how they work around with this one. They got shut down a little bit as they try to take more control, positioning themselves to maybe get that A site, but they back away just for now. They know that Getsimov's there, and it seems like they don't want to handle him at the moment. Couple of pops, yeah, from the sonar there, yeah.
And here we go with a little bit of push onto the west side. Mr. Asurai Shirokun apparently even catching out Dispenser there. So another takedown on the board. All of these rotations leading to nothing here for Team 5s. And in the meantime, anyone who's all alone is the one picked off by Ronin instead. Now, I do like for Team Ronin, they are kind of giving up C in a way. They're using the Cypher to stall as much as possible and get some frags on the board. Here we go now with the Hunter's Fury as well, trying to get the tracking on. And there we go with Shirokun and Adrian cleaning house. And that is just set up. Dominoes falling on over. Oh, upper from Justin Weaver. That is not the last round, good sir. There's still one more. Okay. Okay.
I don't know. Sometimes Justin Weaver just likes to use his showstopper out of nowhere.
Okay.
Or he's moving his cursor there, or crosshair there. Maybe he's like, that's not what I wanted.
That's not what I wanted. Then he duplicates his gun for some reason. It's like Adrian was looking at him. It's like, bro, we're not done yet. We're not done yet, good sir. We are not done. But operators abound, and on Haven, those are really long straights. Can't wait to see who's gonna get that first frag. 4 ops, 1 rifle there for Adrian. Here we go though with the Lear play, forcing the Sova to back on out. On the other side though, Jesse Bash gonna have his own op, but well, Team Ronin with a pretty good streak so far, looking to just even things up before halftime comes and swaps those sides.
Yeah, very standard tactic there. You can see already that 5M's or 5, I can see 5M for some reason. It's that GTA 5 server browser thingy. In any case, the Phoenix did use all of his abilities to heal up from the side of 5, so he won't be able to use that more to push up onto the site. He only has a couple of flashes straight up. There is a lot of smokes onto the mid, so maybe they will try to push on through there. Adrian's slowly backing up onto A site, or maybe gonna go for a crossfire onto A, helping out Shiro right here. But as smokes come out, where are they gonna go for? Sonar Arrow will pop them out. He knows that there's a couple right there, and they have to either go in here or go back, and Shirokun goes in over the smoke, through the smoke rather, and shuts one down.
And oh my god, Adrian actually catching a homie. Quick kills abound already for Team 5. 2 versus 2 right now out of nowhere. But Getsimo trying to get back in position. It's very difficult right now for our Brimstone to actually have a safe angle to get this snipe on. But he might be able to take an opportunity here. Grando as well as Jakama understanding the situation. Gonna be looking to hold against that operator there. Can Getsimo get the peek? Yes, he does. Jakama goes down immediately. The Cypher without the hat will be falling into the field battle. And what a flip from Getsimo! Who is this guy? This guy has made a lot of history for himself, and you give him that operator, he is just completely on fire. Team Ronin has done it, Asurai. We were talking about the hole that they were in earlier on. This time they are back into form. 7-5 right there as Side's gonna get swapped on and over.
It's not 6 feet under just yet. Or not even. There's no yet. They're crawling back. They're clawing their way. And they're making it work. Getsimov getting that 2 clutch. Like I said, man, he's getting back onto his old form. He's not done just yet. It's not Ultra Instinct Getsimov yet. It's only Super Saiyan 3. We'll see as the longer this game progresses. And this is the best of 3. You know, mind you that. This isn't like the best of 1 grand finals. This is the best of 3 grand finals. So we've yet to see more of these players come back into action. As for now, we have already swapped the sides out. And like you said, we're back onto that 5-7.
Yep, there we go. And Shiro has been showing up with the bow and arrow right there. Understanding how to get the bounces on pretty well. Maybe a little bit of expertise in just the trajectory in multiple games. As we said before, you know, for Team Ronin, over teams again from PUBG, there's so many, maybe 5 peaks if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Bren as well.
Bren,
Yeah, I'm not the most PUBG oriented guy, but I've heard of these names for quite a while. And here comes Shikama though, trying to brawl against Jatsu, but it's not gonna happen. The Sage survives. Even the Cypher Cages doesn't matter there. Grant right now hanging on back, but doesn't have the same intel that the White Hat had in the first place. But Dispenser comes back instead to get to the defense, holding the line. There we go, Dispenser trying to use that Devour to keep things up. Humi coming on from the side, gonna get taken down by Shiro there, but Jesse Bass survives, and that is gonna be enough for the defense to win that pistol round through grit right here, right now. And it really goes to show that these teams are so even with one another. But in the end, it's Jesse Bash again surviving the long haul, and he will be able to give a point back to fiVe, who was slumping to say the least.
Yeah, slumping just a little bit, but I mean, I don't know if the correct word was slumping. Shirokun was just there. You know, he was just popping heads for Ronin. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
he
Ronin
got
was
like
on
a
fire,
triple
man.
kill, and he was doing so much work with the classic. So much work.
Yeah, it was fiVe who was kind of slumping a little bit. That streak from 2-7
yeah.
to 5-7. That's what I gotta talk about there. But hey, for fiVes at the very least, they win it out again. But it feels like that's the story of the series so far. For fiVe, it's they win, but there are casualties if they're not really, you know, if they're not really executing on a site as quick as they usually do. But now with Adrian as well as the squad of Team Ronin on the attack this time, it might be a little more difficult. Never mind though, Dispenser and Humi working together. And something to note about this double duelist composition from the side of fiVe is that it is the double flash duelist. So as Dispenser gets flashed by his own teammate, you have the Leer, you have the curveball, it just blocks out a lot of vision, and overall, I feel like it's a little too imposing, to say the least, if both the Dispenser as well as Humi are completely on point with one another. There you go with the teamwork on the garage side, and they just take advantage here with Jatsu, the only one left surviving with a shorty in hand.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's much answer to being flashed twice, especially when the other flash doesn't like harm your teammates. So there's
we're
nothing
talking-
much that you can really do. Yeah, I mean, in long, when you're gonna go for a shorty up against a bulldog, we know the outcome. We don't really need to say much about it. If he was able to maybe shorten the distance, Jesse Vash could have taken the blow there. But so far, no dice. In any case, it's really looking still pretty good for fiVe. It was 5-7 a while ago, but now it's actually 5-9. They're leading 2 rounds and 3 rounds more, and they're going to be able to take this one. It's not like CS when you have to go 15-15 and go for overtime. We only have 12-12 and maybe one more crucial deciding match.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a very short
And
one here. Yeah.
it really feels like here for Team Ronin, if they're not playing that operator on Getsimov, that's where they kind of struggle in a way. Later on, maybe they might be able to get those entry frags to begin with. But in terms of respect that Team 5 has against their opponent, I feel like they're not going to be going for those long peaks unless it's Jesse Vash having his own operator in hand. But that's the future. We are here and now, and something to note about is this A-side push. Chikama trying to solo hold. There we go with the Pain Shells trying to clear things out, and it already gets rid of one of the tripwires there with the cluster bomb. And going to Cypher Cages, he's kind of panicking there. Overall, Ronin winning that one out because the utility there from the Cypher getting used very, very early into the fight.
Yeah. One of the bad things about, going up against a sonar arrow is if you try to pop shots or try to pop the sonar arrow, you obviously give up your position because you just shot it and they can hear where you did. But you can see what Ronin is trying to do here. They're just trying to force some rotations here and now. Now that there are a couple of shots on the other side of the map, they might have known that was just a fake onto A, and it's going to be another push, possibly onto B, because now they can see them already. But no, the bomb is actually on C now. So we'll have to see as 25 seconds left onto the clock. Blows have been traded. Here comes Shiro-kun. He's not going to find his target right there, but it's the lineup. Can he do it? Then Shiro-kun with the double.
That's highly unfortunate, but I feel like there for Team 5, they were expecting that they will be able to hold there. Very interesting that we have Getsimov rotating over to C, but Jesse Bash will get caught anyway, so they will have time to plant that spike. Now it's 1 versus 4 coming into this one. Jakama only have that Spectre versus 4 rifles. Things look really dire here for Team 5, as they were just caught in a straight line. Beautifully done there by Shiro-kun. He was just so on point with that tracking when it felt like they were sandwiched having that spike in hand.
I don't know how to like react to the map in Valorant per se. Like because there's so many corners and it's I don't know. I would argue it's a relatively small map for looking from like B to C or A to B in Haven. You have to be very worried about every single angle, and it seems like they were trying to rush back onto C and didn't have that time to think about maybe there's an opponent on C window. They just looked at it and they're like, no, it's like it probably not. And Shirokun just lines it up perfectly. They couldn't react in time, and it just kind of let for another win for Ronin here. They're not done just yet, so we're now down or we're now up to 6-9.
Nice score line right there. And all I gotta say is
Exactly.
it's just how the x-axis and the y-axis works on some of these maps. Here on Haven, it's a really long y-axis in so many ways, but in terms of like the middle, it's very, very short. So I can really understand your point. And in a situation like that, the Phantom and its fire rate having the advantage, Shirokun, just beautiful tracking there, beautiful control of that recoil. Of course, the Phantom is more of a tame horse rather than the wild stallion that is the Vandal. But we'll see right now, Dispenser can actually get something done with the Leer into the Empress. So aggression in the hands right now of the defense. They have had enough playing the defense standard. And this is something that Team 5s like to whip out on Haven. They have so much experience coming in from the Yasumina tournament. And you know, just playing this one map, allowing them more and more. Dispenser already catching out, gets him up. There we go with the disengage, with the invisibility. Catching out Shirokun as well, doing the same. He is just keeping it up. Humi now on the board will get taken down by Jadsu. But overall, the casualties have come, and Dispenser using that fire rate to the best degree.
This is what defenders should really do more in Haven, you know, getting that B controlled if you can, because again, it's some sort of a mid control. So if you're able to get that one, you basically push your opponent to a skinny side on the attacking, you know, on the attacking halls. Maybe you've gone to A long or B or C long. When you get that mid control, it's so good that you push them far back. In any case, using that Empress to full extent, Dispenser, he really does know how to get that aggressive fragging, you know, decades of experience on this man right here. That's gonna leave it into a 2 versus 4.
Yep, and it was a really good dismiss play there, because that was very different from like the semifinal that we saw, as Justin Weaver now gonna spot out Grand, hits his shin before he gets the takedown. Here goes the rotation, no, but Dispenser gonna get tapped. Justin Weaver just weaving a web of bullets right there, and I believe that was like a one tap. He went for a second, but I think the other guy was dead already. I'm not too sure though, but Jesse Vash gonna be able to get a trade back there. Guardians in hand. Spike though has been stopped, and that is gonna be Justin Weaver looking to survive on the B BAP instead. But back to my point there with the dismiss play, very different from like that defense against Anbu earlier on. He wasn't with Humi directly, he was going for 1v1s, and disengaging on his own basically allowed him to survive, get a better position, surprise the opposition, especially Shirokun, who kind of didn't expect that angle there to be taken. And well, the aggression comes from the side of Team 5, and it's something I've noticed about them, Asurai. They can go for the attack on the defense pretty well.
Something that you can't really do. Like if you're already losing being passive, maybe it's time to be aggressive. And even though, yeah, it might not make sense in defense, if you're able to catch your opponent off guard, or if you're able to get more foothold around the map, it's a very worth it risk to try to do something like that, because obviously the more you allow your opponents to get around the map, the more real estate they have to be able to, you know, freely rotate around everywhere they want to go. And it's working at least well right now from Ronin to stop whatever it is five is doing, because they don't want five to be the word I'm looking for is comfortable, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You never want your opponents to be comfortable.
If they feel like they can just stomp all over you, you are just going to get bum rushed to impunity. Yeah. And I love how defensively the attack played. So, you know, the dynamics sometimes of Valorant with these abilities, they allow you to push a lot deeper than compared to other tactical shooters. And yeah, there is that offensive defense and there is that defensive offense. And hanging on back, especially as you hear that run and back, you know, the best counter against the run back with Asurai is to just run on away. But here comes the B take. There is going to be a safe plant onto the south side, I believe, here from Jadsu. They went for an early wall, which means this will dissipate earlier on into the fight. And that is going to be Humi, and gets him off trading blows for the time being.
Oh, look at how many kills they're just getting. Ronin is just on fire right now. There's still one more remaining. Let's see if he's going to be able to clutch this one out. It's Dispenser against the World 4 versus 1 situation. But if it's someone who can do it, it could be Dispenser. And he does have the Reyna, so he can use that mobility as well as intangibility on this man to keep getting information as well. Just keep pushing right in, but he pushed a bit too over aggressively and through the window. through the wall. It's a 2v1, and well, he falls against it all. So
Yeah.
no
There you
dice
go.
for Dispenser
Nice.
there, but good to good 4v1.
That's a tooting your own horn right there with the rhymes on that time, Mr. Asurai. But all I gotta say is when you use the dismiss without your Empress ability online, it means you are gonna be seen but cannot be shot. You're like a ghost. You're kind of just on raid farm effectively, and that is just easily seen. Now, if Dispenser was in Empress mode, he would have been seen. He would have gotten the drop onto the people all the way onto the Windows side, but unfortunately, the tracking was already there. And in the end, the Dispenser Reina getting caught after 2 beautiful kills. I also think that he also had only he already used 2 charges there, so it really just goes to show how it really works out for the Reina. For now though, Team 5 is kind of in a rut again. As soon as Ronin gets more of the advantage, when they're able to really build into it, their back becomes heftier, they put Team 5 on a very dire econ straight, and in all honesty, this is where it really is Ronin shining. All they need now is an operator there on Getsimov, and I feel like that is gonna be the bank really in the best investment there.
Where is that camera placed? I really like that one. Oh, okay,
It was on the
never
wall.
mind.
It
It's
was just on the
long.
wall. Don't worry about it. You'd think though, because that's how it works with Chikama!
Oh,
He just gets 2 with a line and
my
even
God.
shutting down Justin Weaver. He is not done Asurai, and he has gotten 3 kills before he falls. Beautiful clutch right there. Adrian right now with the Cypher Cage, but Dispenser as well as Grant not going for the shots. Adrian now finally gonna fall, and Dispenser decides to move on forward, sees the Sova. Humi comes in with a Bucky instead. Shirokun will fall, and this is gonna be Scavengers about here for Team 5. That was just as best it could be from Jagama, and that is why you solo hold with the Cypher.
Ooh. I mean, people say that the Cyber Cage isn't really that good anymore, like because they lowered the slow, I think on patch 1.0, but
There's
it
no slow
does
anymore.
it still does so well because it alerts you if somebody's right there, and in the hands of somebody like Jarkama, he makes such quick work of his opponents. They lined up, and that Spectre gave it all. Like the 2 kills was already incredible, but getting that 3rd one was impressive to a whole other another level.
Yeah, icing on the cake right there. And yeah, the Cypher Cage doesn't have a slow anymore, but it still makes a sound. It's like a took. It's like when you slap a fly off your hand. That's kind of it. And
Yeah.
you want to be that bug spray right there, the bygone of Jakama, looking to hold on to A. So is Ronin going to be the insects here, or will they be able to just grow into beautiful butterflies as the camera now going to get broken and taken there? It feels like though for Jakama. He's trying to play the same way, but already Team Ronin knows what to do. Again, Jakama gets the hand here onto long. Never mind, Jatsu with a shot instead. Humi though with 2 kills. Here comes more and more though from the side of Dispenser. He has the Empress already. High ground not taken by Grand, as the low ground taken by the opposing Brimstone there. But we'll see what the
Big
Reina
flank.
can actually handle. Big flank, big sight lines. We'll see the highlight there. Gets him off, goes down. Shiraku falls as well. And that is just momentum in favor of Dispenser. There we go with the leer. Justin Weaver trying to guess when someone is coming. He has the sheriff in hands. One tap will make a difference. Flashback though is tossed as well as his life. And that is just now Team 5 on match point as Dispenser laughs off into the distance.
Say his name, Dispenser. Damn, great timing overall, and just great retake for 5 there. Now, well, it's already match point. There is no more room for error here for Ronin. If they lose it, they give up game number 1. Of course, they would arguably not be able to want that, because if you're in a tournament, first game is always a nice momentum booster for you if you get the W on that one. In any case, they do have 4 ultimates compared to the 3 of 5 here. So even though this isn't Overwatch, ultimates in Valorant are still pretty important. They complement the game, yes indeed, and they do give you a higher chance at being able to win games. And in the hands of Ronin, they can definitely make that happen.
Ult economy, a big term, a big thing to notice, but right
Yes.
now you shouldn't really care about ult economy too much if you feel like you are gonna be in a match point state. I wouldn't be surprised if Fives does have to use their 3 ultimates against the 4 here from Team Ronin. But we start things off with a little bit of that recon there from Shirokun. Adrian gonna be looking on over instead. Double intel on Haven is a pretty strong comp, and Adrian gonna be using that information to get that takedown. But Humi right now looking to frag out. He goes for the run it back there, and then Dispenser on the board. Shirokun gets the trade on over, sees the flash there to connect onto the stage, and Grant and Humi get on the board right here, right now. Who is the survivor? It's Shirokun running on away. Last chance for Team Ronin to survive here on game number 1. Spike in the hands of Shirokun, so they still have a fight in them, but it has to be a 1v3 clutch from the Sova.
With 4 to 6 HP, just gotta say, it might be a tall task for Shirokun. And oh, props to his brother Dubstep. He just PN'd me and say, "Hey, that's my brother. Give me a shout out." Okay, now let's see if Shirokun can maybe get that clutch. He goes in for the fake plant.
Oh my
He's
god.
waiting for it. Oh, he's gonna get hit. He's down to 6
HP.
HP.
And now that's the end of the game.
Maybe
Set of
he can
match.
get like taps in the head, but it's not gonna happen.
That's got to be it. So victory goes over to Team 5. They will take that one very, very well. Win it out in game number 1. And let's look at that scoreboard. But overall, I feel like for Ronin, kind of a missed opportunity not seeing that operator at all from Getsimov, that whole attacking ground. But I understand how they want to play a little more fast and furious. But still, if Getsimov is insane with the operator, I'd love to see him play that a little more.
I don't know. I think Haven wasn't really his map to be able to use that, or it's probably Getsimov doesn't still have that much in-depth knowledge on these particular maps, as he's not able to pop off with the operator. In whatever chance that we're trying to like figure out what's happening with how he's not really popping off with the sniper weapon, it's Ronin overall kind of losing to how well FiveM is able to manipulate them around in this particular game 1.
Yeah,
like
I'm so curious to see right now, Mr. Asurai, the brimstone and his 3 entry frags of the operator. So that's the difference right there.
Yeah.
But just coming on back for Team 5 and their defense onto that second half, just making a huge difference. Shikama, ever so clutch. This is one of those players that are kind of low key, but when they pop off, they can really top that scoreboard. And yeah, well played there to Team 5. They will be taking our first point here.
Yeah, we're still not done. This is a best of 3, so anything can happen in the next possible 2 games. But of course, like is with all tournaments that is best of 3, the pressure is on already for Ronin, because that next round is the final round, the deciding facto in this grand finals in the Khrusher's Cup.
Really is. 10K on the line, 7-5 for a winner, 2-5 for a loser. So all these players right now are gonna be in the money, but at the same time, you always want to get that bigger prize pool. You want to be as best as you can be, and you want to say that you are the champions here and now in the initial tournaments in the Philippine Valorant scene. This Khrusher's Cup is brought to you by Valorant PH, and if you guys want to support our sponsor Khrusher, we are on his page right now. Big shout outs to him. He's very, very generous, loves to play Valorant on stream all the time, and he's been such a great guy, helping things out along the way, giving these players an advantage, giving these players an opportunity to really grow their careers here in the PH scene and overall into the future of Valorant. But now we are picking that second map. So we got Haven first and foremost. I believe it's gonna be. I'm actually not too sure. Who's gonna be getting that next map pick, because most of the draft knowledge is on the admin side, so kudos to that. We do know that the system is 1 map is banned, and then out of the 3, one side picks one, the other side picks the other, and the third map is whatever's left in terms of sides. It's whoever picks the map doesn't get to pick the side. So yeah, I think that's how it went. I'm just kind of spitballing here. It's like more or less how it goes, but we are just kind of thrust into the action. It was really funny. That first game, twice we had to start the lobby. We were figuring out, oh, is this the game? No. Oh, is this the game? No. And then we moved on into the game actually, and we were like, oh, we're starting. Screw the intro. We're going straight into it. But it seems like this match has been very, very on fire. In all honesty, I'd love to see Ronin though try to get a map back against Team 5.
Yeah. Whenever case, I'm just gonna add, maybe the map that they banned is Ascent. Nobody has that much information on that particular map. It's only been out a week or 2, so you're not uber comfortable playing with that yet. Much more better to go with other ones. But I'm just spitballing here as well. I'm just looking forward again to what we're gonna be seeing on game 2, because I mean, FiVe is just unstoppable. I haven't seen a team really make them sweat. Ronin has done I'd say a fantastic job at kind of stopping them in their tracks, but it's still not yet over. For this game, we'll just see how it goes, and we're not stopping. Seems like we're gonna go for the second map already here, Daks.
Yep, and we are gonna be getting our second map, and it is going to be Vine. So even in by the map, still mystery what map number 3 is, unless we got confirmations from the admins. But I like the surprise. I like the suspense, and just seeing whatever map actually shows up. Because it's kind of awkward, Asurai. You have a best of 3 system, but you have 4 maps to choose from, which is Come on, like it's hard to do the old systems of like CS, especially where you go for
Yeah.
bans when you only have one. When you only have
Yeah,
one
when you
real
want to when
ban.
you want to veto the maps and you also have like knife rounds at the very start.
Yeah, and something to note: if it's best of
Yeah.
one, if you veto the maps, then there's three maps to veto. So it's very awkward in all honesty. So hopefully we get our fifth map soon. I actually got a weird error earlier on, Mr. Asurai, and it gave me a different map name for
Oh
Haven.
yeah,
I'm
what's
not
the
sure.
name again?
Let me check it out. I saved it on a screenshot
Duality.
on my phone. Duality, yeah. So will that
Yeah.
be the next map? Who knows? Who knows? It's just a little bit of
Hmm.
an error. Maybe it's a code name for Haven because it sounds kind of like it, but that'd be interesting if Duality is our fifth map. That's kind of just us spitballing, literally, guys. It's all speculation. Do not make a YouTube video 10 minutes saying Duality next map confirmed for Valorant says by two PH casters. Don't make that
And then
kind of content.
they just continued for like 10 minutes of the babbling, and it's just
Yeah,
like
you need to.
one like text
One
font
line.
on the top left that says duality.
One picture. It's the algorithm, right? And that's how you monetize your videos, but it seems like we are finally getting into map number 2. fiVe is on match point Asurai. If they win this, they are basically back-to-back-to-back champions. Out of the 3 tournaments I've seen them play in, I think this is gonna
Mhm.
be potentially their third crown. But Ronin, these guys are really, really potent. These guys can really bring in the fight, and I feel like if the elements go in their favor, this might be really, really good. But I wouldn't be surprised if this was fiVe's map pick, because this is really where their stopping grounds are. Into mine we go, into the desert sands we go again. And where's the water? Apparently bullets are there instead. Let's get into game number 2.
The defending side will be five, or rather, will be Ronin, while five is gonna be on the attackers. Already situated, gonna go for the B here. They did drop the bomb, and there's gonna be 2 lurking onto A, so maybe it's just gonna be a standard split. Look for kills first, then rotate accordingly. But of course, still have yet to see. Jadsu. Oh, okay, so what we're gonna do now is Jadsu prepping immediately the ice barrier, while his teammate, the Brimstone, will be looking over to Hookah, get that information, pop up the wall, and then immediately work at onto B long. It's a really good strategy at the pistol round, because pistols don't really destroy barriers that quickly. So it's a good start.
And there we go with the barrier R being set up. So a little bit of a slow there. Sage, Brimstone, Raze, Cypher, and Sova right now. Double intel yet again. They love seeing what is going on. And I feel like here for Team Ronin, they just want to have the jump on the opposition before anything else. On the other side, though, it's the same comp. Double duelist right here, right now for Team 5. They love running that double flash. They have the smokes right there from the Brimstone. And a little bit of that intel there from Jakama. Overall, I do like the composition here by Team 5. It really fits their aggressive playstyle. It really fits their cool, let's take everything we can onto a site, and I wouldn't be surprised to see the cascade on in the 4-1 push moving over to A.
Need to get the bomb here first. Shirokun is going to be using, of course, his arrow there. Okay, gets spotted out, destroyed immediately. Couple of smokes here with 30 seconds left onto the clock. There's still some time to rotate, considering this is bind, because they can use exactly that teleporter, and they're gonna go just rush in onto B. Who's gonna be defending it? Nobody now, because now it's Dispenser able to just clear out the site very easily. And Jadsu, who's trying to be sneaky, is not gonna be sneaky enough. Shirokun, though, shutting one down. He's down 21 HP. Maybe he can shut another one, as the Cypher is right there onto the site. Adrian is doing so much damage, but now Jesse Vash is gonna try to get himself a ghost. It's not gonna matter. Somebody sees him in Hookah, and that's gonna be a quick shutdown here from Ronin.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. A pretty effective round there from Team Ronin. They swing in from the CT side. They just go into the arm right there. I like Asurai just made names up for the bind angle. So you have the elbow, and then you go to the shoulder, and then you get the arm. You could say the spawn point is the head right there. But overall, it was just how the Cypher decided to move on through. I did love the flank there from Shiro. He chased after them through the teleporter. They didn't really care that he could have gotten turned around there. He was just able to punish them from above. And just the disrespect there from Team 5, they didn't really look behind them. They didn't look back to see that Sova was just an easy target. And they did get punished with bullets in their back.
Now, with five losing that particular round right there, not sure how they're going to be anticipating this. Did they buy up? Actually, I didn't see it on the scoreboard a while ago. Can we check it real quick? No, they're just actually working out with the classics here. Shirokun, of course, getting that easy shot right there. Even though he was getting caught out, that was just a classic. He needed about 2 or 3 more to be able to make more damage on that one. Humi is actually very low here. He's going to get the orb, get himself that use to be able to use maybe a little bit quicker. In any case, no foothold yet taken by five.
Yeah, it's so difficult. They're playing the full econ. They won't really have the best kind of firepower, but shot's gonna be important. But you know, if you have those marshals, gets him up, easy takedown there. Basically, a scout in the forefront gonna be able to get that takedown. Jakama moving over to the lamp side to get closer and closer, but that's the Cypher and the Sova. But that is a knife out. Shiraku not paying attention, gonna get taken down. Adrian will be able to survive, even though the headshot really connects onto him. So an opportunity here for the Brimstone and the Phoenix to actually get this kill. Spike being planted. Adrian decides to go into the smoke instead. Says, "Hello, sir. What are you doing there?" Gonna be able to shut down the upcoming plant. Can Humi try to do the same? He has the spike. Here's someone hopping around. Justin Weaver is basically baiting himself to impunity. And there you go. Advantage taken by Team Ronin. They are starting things off strong. But that was a very expected round after they did buy on round number 2.
Yeah, honestly, gotta say, I do have my thoughts about the Classic being a very strong, very weak gun at the same time, because Classic actually out damages the Ghost in if you're able to hit all 4 bullets, left click, right click, because that's 4 bullets in total, and that destroys even with full shield, I believe.
Good
So
combo.
yeah, if you're able to use that, if you're able to catch your opponent very quickly, you can steal maybe even a Vandal or Phantom away from them. So, you know, it works out. Like, just going for a straight eco round with Classic makes a lot of sense if you just want to deal some damage. And if you can time it properly, you're able to deal a good chunk of damage as well. And that's what happened with FiVe. They did make it a bit of an expensive round. Sometimes you don't want to win the round, you just want to make it expensive. And now they might be able to even, you know, if they win this one, force what was it again? Ronin. There you go. To save up for the next round.
Yeah, win conditions there. Just get a few guns here and there. Force Ronin to kind of buy on to the next one as well. And we have a pretty even round right now with both sides having the rifles that they're looking for. For now, though, Adrian's going to be looking to back on out really quickly. Time for the Phoenix, though, to pop that run it back. And something to note, Humi didn't have armor at the very start because he had that second life, and immediately it goes to waste because that was a beautiful shot there from the sniper. That is gets him off. Use that Marshall very, very effectively. Jesse Vash, though, staying in the cubby. It seems like Ace still going to be in the order here. As there we go with the Leer, here we go with the Execute. Wall going to be set on up, and Spike again planted on the west side as Dispenser gets the high ground and gets that takedown.
They're already softening up the ice barrier there, hoping to maybe get an easy kill there. Dispenser does shut down onto Shiro. Okay, let's see what he can do. He's healing up, gets the over shield. Adrian pushing up onto this one. Has to go through 2 cyber cages. This man is a madman. If he can make it work, though, they didn't hear him go through, and he's looking exactly where his opponent might be. On through that smoke, he does. He does have his teammate getting shot from the other side, but it's a 2 versus 1, and Shiro, or rather Adrian, cannot do any more valiant effort from the kid himself. And that will still be the first point taken by FiVe.
And there you go. Dispenser making it happen. He got 4 kills there, and now he's ready with the Empress. And this is exactly what they need to do with these duelists. Get the momentum, get these ultimates up and running. Humi a while ago used that run it back to just buy a little bit of space. He was looking for a kill, didn't get it, but hey, if Dispenser is able to get those things done instead, now he's the Empress, and I'd love to see the chain of events unfold here for Team 5. They can really snowball from this point in time, but on the other side, we have Adrian and Shirokun ready with their ultimates. They can really slow things up with the Neural Theft, giving the information, as well as that Hunter Fury basically cooking anyone into the crosshairs.
My eyes are down.
There was... Okay, they shot each other. That's weird. Both cyber cams were just like shooting at each other. Finding the cyber cam of Adrian right there. Jesse Vash is gonna line up this one. I'm not sure it's gonna drop down. Oh, right at the back of a cubby. That's so smart. But they don't push over it just yet. You can already see them kind of rotating waddling their ways onto B site. But both teams are very unawares of where the other is. They're kind of just feeling out the entire map, but it seems like it's gonna be FiVe pushing in onto B. They have decided already they're gonna take it, and they've cleared it. So now it's safe to go, get that plant in, and just go for the defense.
It's really sad. The hot hands there from the Phoenix actually cooking up the stage in the end. The barrier are really hurting them in the long run. And with a pretty fast execute here from Team 5, they are already all over the B side. They even set up the wall here just to be able to get the angle on. Overall, Adrian and the rest of the crew, Shirokun, as well as Justin Weaver, realizing that we can't afford to run in guns blazing. We can't afford to actually go in with 2 fans of as well as a sheriff with no money in the bag. And I like that for Team 5, they got 2 picks and they were like, okay, we don't need to fake things, we don't need to make or break it, it's just go over to the site, as you say, waddle all over from B long, play it safe, play it sound, and this is a free plant here, free point right here, right now for Team 5, very well executed with those 2 kills, also pretty fortunate to get the hot hands on, and overall, it seems like we are all tied up again, and this is where Team 5 can really shine when everything is set and ready for them.
Sure enough, there's nothing really hard that they had to do there. They just kind of cleared out hookah, and then now it's just that was just about it. And Jesse Vash, I think he was just playing with a little bit of what was the word I'm looking for? A confused tactic where he lined up a really nice slow orb, and then they really never did go for A. They went for B, and you saw it already in the positioning of Ronin. They didn't really know where to go because information was lacking on their end, and they're like, "Dude, I don't understand what we have to do here." And when they got B, when fiVe got B, it was just about over, and they just said, let's just save it. You know, we can't really do too much in this round. Let's just go for the next one.
Exactly. And for the Rays, using that intel as much as possible, Boombot there on the shower side, getting the information that there are at least 2 people going for the shot in the first place. Should confirm that this is going to be an A push, as Dispenser actually going over to the Empress mode instead, looking to get that initial peak, initial pick. Can he actually get it done? Because here comes the push already from Team 5. They're inching closer and closer. We do see the angle though, taken by Shirokun as well as Justin Weaver, and he's the first one to get the kill. Jakama falls on down. Here comes Humi though, getting tripped on over instead. Jesse Vash in the lead as well. 2-for-1 trade so far, the attacking side moving on more and more. And for Team 5, they're using these smokes, they're using this wall as much as possible to cover their lines, and Humi again wins out the clash.
This is gonna make this into a 2 versus 4. I don't really think they have enough time to try to clutch this out. Better just save the weapons because, like you said, they are very low in economy. Although Getsimov is like, well, I'm not gonna end just yet. I'm gonna get that 2 versus 1. Okay, Jesse Vash does trade the kill up, making it 2 versus 1. Jadsu with a slightly easier time here, but that spike is ticking. Not much time left onto the clock. He peeks a little bit outside of lamp. Can't really find the target. There is a teleporter right there. He just pops out the wall, and maybe, just maybe, he was just trying to YOLO it. He did. They have money to buy this round, so it was just, you know, something of a risk that was very worth to take for Jadsu.
All I gotta say is he saw that hole and he was like, these guys must be on the other side. But surprise, surprise, instant peek there from the Sage. And even though if the wall actually came up, there's still one more member there from Team 5 to protect that spike. It really goes to show though for Getsimov, something that is his strength is range. If he's able to play a mid to long range game, I feel like he's going to be able to win so many different clashes into this one. 3-2 defense right here, right now. Offense here from the defense between Getsimov as well as the Sage. And that is exactly what I'm talking about. These long angles are basically the home of Getsimov. And he is so happy to take those shots and get those takedowns.
Great lineup to the smoke as well. That's kind of the weakness with the Vandal, right? Like, if you're able to shoot through the smoke with the Phantom, you can't really see, or you can't really line it up properly, from what I've experienced and some people have told me. But if it's with the Vandal, you can see the lineup, and if you have enough experience, you know where to shoot from to actually get a kill through that smoke. Get some of using that particular knowledge, and yeah, like you said, mid to long range works out well for him.
Yeah, it really goes to show. Also, the Vandal, if you're playing through the smoke, you can see the bullet trail. If at a Phantom, I believe you can't. So that makes a difference when you're playing that, that smoke play in the first place. But who really cares? If Getsimov can go for the taps and he understands the spray control here, and now with this AK knockoff, it really is going to be a pretty good time for the defense of Ronin. 3-2 our scoreline right now. Pretty even on both sides. fiVe is not able to run away with it as of yet. But in the meantime, Shirokun looking around. Not looking at the right target though, not looking at the right angle. And overall, with Humi right now with the run it back, this will give an opportunity for Team 5 to move over to the point. As Shikama gets one immediately. In behind the double duelist right here, Asurai will see if Humi can get the angle on. Will get taken down by the Rays up on top. Justin Weaver dropping down. Never go with the brawl. Dispenser on the board. Disengages with that one. And Shirokun gonna get 2 along the way.
That was great. Look at what Dispenser did. He was like going back to lamp, and somebody was already there to catch him as he tries to recover from that push. You can just see how well they are in kind of holding hands as they try to make these aggressive plays. Gets him, or rather, Dispenser playing that little bit of cha-cha against Justin Weaver, and Justin Weaver couldn't hit the shot, so it didn't. He wasn't able to defend the site particularly well. He did get the one kill, but that one kill was not enough against fiVe as they were just collapsing onto A site.
And it really goes to show here for Team Ronin. They are able to hold the line pretty well, and Shirokun, he is just so clutch when the kills are needed. They do come at the right times. Getting those two as the spike was getting planted pretty much forced Team 5 to go for those kills, and they didn't see them. Really good positioning from Ronin in the end. And right here, right now, we are all tied up 3-3. A lot closer on this game. It seems like Bind, as we've seen before from Team 5, this is their best map. But it seems like for Ronin, this is another good map for them as well. There we go. Don't win. That trip are getting caught. Dispenser and Jatsu with the trade. It seems like the Sage from the elbow looking for the defense on. Gets it off again with the range advantage. Wins that one out. And a beautiful defense here from Team Ronin so far.
Gets him off getting a little bit too hot there. And he's shutting them down one after the other. Whoever picks this map, it doesn't really matter anymore because it seems like both teams just have that particular great knowledge. Now, Jesse Bash is outside of Hookah. He spots out the one, does have the heal, and this is what we're talking about. The ability of Sage to be able to heal up all that damage is nothing short of godlike. Now, looking right behind him for that 180, hoping for that flank, hoping to get her one up against Shiro, but it's not going to matter at all. Now, Grand, the last man standing here with the spike, he was rather playing through the smoke. 38 HP, nothing he could really do there against that 3 versus 1 scenario.
He was hiding. He was hiding like a rat, Mr. Asurai. And the moment he saw his opponent and then shoot, that was basically also his opponent seeing him. Because of the spherical nature of the smoke, then there are parts that are taller, there are parts that are smaller, and you know, that pixel perfect angle allows gets him up to realize where his opponent was, didn't need to spray anymore, just knew exactly where Grant was cornered. And what a defense there from Team Ronin. From the history of Team 5 in the Valorant scene, they love going for that B side take. A is more on the APC wall, but on B they're able to execute so many different strategies, and every single time so far, it feels like for Ronin they will have an answer here and there, especially with the swing coming in from the CT side.
I love how you just said CT side.
Yeah, the defender CT it really is.
Yeah, it's very true. But I feel like if somebody from like Riot, like one of the devs, is gonna talk, yeah, I understand it's CT. I understand we're XCS players right here, but attacking defending. Although I gotta say it already. They have to have like a different term for attacking or defending because very generic.
All I gotta say is we're community tournament right now. If we're for that like working for Riot, we gotta use tower instead of heaven. We gotta use defenders and defenders. But you know, right now it's Team 5 saying that this is our name and we are here and now. Grant getting on the board, and wow, all of those defenders on the A side immediately torn apart at the seams with all that smoke, with all those Cypher cages. It's an easy plant again for Team 5, and this is what their identity is. The moment they jump into a point, they can just go ham and go crazy with these kills.
Yeah, whether it's because of their ability to capitalize on the flashes, on the entry abilities that they have, and just make short work of the site right after. It seems like Ronin cannot really react properly against that. And this is not me criticizing Ronin. It's more of like what's happening right now unfolding in front of our eyes. It's just Ronin doesn't have the formula that they need to just yet. They don't have the I don't know what they need to. They still don't know what they need to do in order to stop this waterfall that is fiVe just crashing down onto any site that they choose to.
I agree. For Ronin, their strength lies in the retake. In all honesty, Spike is planted and Ronin still has numbers. That is where they shine, as we've seen on the round prior to the last round. They come on back, they're able to get their utility on, and they can just get takedowns as soon as the crossfire comes. But in a scenario where they get swarmed, that's where they kind of don't know what to do in a way. They try to take the angles, but if Team 5 plays really speedily, they can't really keep up in a way. The tracking is on point, sure, but the positioning itself isn't as clean, as rotatey as the other side, and that is kind of where they falter. If Team Ronin can hold them long enough and just basically back off from a site, I think that's the best way to play that defense and wait for the rest of the crew to come in, and that's when they can take the advantage.
Honestly, the only... at least at the very start, the way Ronin was able to... Whoa. I don't know what was that. Adrian kind of just lagged behind a little bit there. He got a free shot onto Dispenser. He just looked at him for a full second and he didn't move.
Oh man, reflex. But oh, Justin Weaver on top. That's gonna be the Guardian Gear getting taken, but Jesse Bash has whipped out the operator, the first one into the game. And there you go, advantage right now for just a little bit for Team 5. So a good chance here for Jatsu as well as gets him off to get things done. Really surprised though, it's Jatsu onto the high ground rather than gets him up. I love seeing him taking a high ground, getting the tracking from the longer angles, and especially that it's a Phantom here for Jatsu over the Vandal here for Getsimov, which does have that, you know, the fact of the matter, the damage doesn't get lower from the distance there. But Jatsu sees one already. Granted, Jesse Bash falling on over, plays it short instead of long. And well played there to Jatsu, getting 2 frags on the board. Sees, gets him up right now. Jakama catching out Jatsu!
Ooh.
What happened there? If only Jatsu stayed in the corner, that could have been a defense actually holding, but unfortunately, Jakama able to move in time.
I'm not sure as well. Maybe they just... I think he had enough time there, yeah, to fully defuse the spike. Might have been just because he was afraid to get banged through the wall with the Phantom. That's why he popped out, or he felt like being able to peek out with his teammate would have been enough with Getsimov. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but in any case, five's gonna take that straight up.
Yeah, it really is. But Dispenser going to be on the west side. Here we go with Grant and the rest of the crew looking for a B push. And gets him up right now. This is his domain. But this time, Humi going to be crowned the new king of B Long. He takes care of Gets him up from long range. Jadsu though with the resurrection, bringing the Brimstone back to life. And it seems like it's Jadsu right now with the operator. Interesting enough though, double of these sheriffs here between Adrian and Justin Weaver. But in their hands, those hand cannons really pack a big punch. Especially how they track their targets.
Could possibly be just because since they've lost a couple of rounds now, that even if they buy up into this one, they should be able still to buy up later. That's why they don't have enough money to buy up into the next round. So the other teammates can, but they can't. I don't know. Could just be that. Oh, missed every single shot over the head of Dispenser though.
It's interesting. It's interesting that half of them bought, half of them didn't, and might be a miscommunication there from Team Ronin, but in all honesty, just the fact of the matter that the sheriff is really good with them. I wouldn't be surprised if that was all planned. They do need to protect Jadsu though, because he has no money, an operator, and light armor. Here we go though with the run it back, and Jakama catching out Getsimov in a closer quarter. Highly unfortunate for Getsimov. Here comes the Dispenser even with the kill. There we go though with the shot from Jadsu, at least gets rid of the running Phoenix. But beyond all of this, it's just a free plant on the B side, and I wouldn't be surprised if Team 5 is just given this one for free.
So much economy is being like racked up by five here. 5-man full going into the next round. Nobody died. This is just gonna allow them to save up much cash, and this is like the problem with Valorant, right? The economy system in Valorant, I would say, is just kind of broken, or not really broken, but more of like it doesn't feel fair compared to like at least CS:GO in a sense. So being able to save up your full weapons and getting your economy up to like 9,000 is nothing short of like very good for you as the game progresses.
It's also a byproduct of the fact that every kill is the same. Like in CS, some kills are cheaper, some kills are more expensive.
No.
So if you do play a weaker gun on an econ round and you get that takedown, you get more, so you're able to buy up. But you know, at the same time, just the cap is a little small here on Valorant, and all of the guns have some packing power. There's a big punch even on the classic, so it really just goes to show that in essence these are different games. They feel similar, and there are people who say it's a Frankenstein of many games, and I do agree to some extent. But Valorant has its own meta, the abilities makes a big difference. And even though the attacking side can run away with it right now with all of these streaks, first things first, the sides are gonna get swapped very, very soon. And second thing second, there is still money in the bank and packing power from the side of Team Ronin no matter what.
That's a good thing for them, right?
Yeah.
So here's another thing that I kind of noticed as we've gone through about, what is this, 10 rounds already? It's always been Getsimov to get the stun there. Okay, my feed is just getting a little bit too messy here. You go for it, man.
So Dispenser does get Sue immediately. It's just a quick rotation there, pushing on in from the Reyna. And overall, if Getsimov gets caught out in the open, he can't go for that edge frag. Dispenser right now looking for a third. Can he actually get a fourth? Yes, he does! Just one more for the ace! And we haven't seen an ace as of yet, I believe, in the tournament. Humi says, no sir, not gonna do that, because Justin Weaver did go for a shot right there as well. Unfortunate for Dispenser, but he got 4 kills on the board. Another quad feed right here, right now, from the Reyna. And you can really see just this veteran from CS looking to prove himself a lot better here in Valorant.
That was another clean round. How much cash did they save from that one? Can I see? Just a little quick.
A lot. They have everything they have and
gosh.
more.
Yeah, this is the last round though, so you know they don't really have to mind that. The ones who have to mind their economy is gonna be Ronin, who's kind of in tatters, having SMGs all throughout the like sprinkled around their other players there. Not really good, and even a Bulldog. I gotta say, Bulldog's okay, but not the best weapon out there. Going for an aggressive peek like that was pretty valiant from Ronin. It was the right idea as well, I would say, but the thing is, they were just way too many at mid from that point on. Adrian, though, does have a really good angle with that smoke of his, is able to get 2 kills, so it's all fine and dandy for Ronin for now, because Adrian was just pretty sneaky with how he defended onto B. Now, looking at this one, going for a 2 versus 3, feels like Ronin can finally stabilize this into a 5-7, stopping that bleeding against FiveM, and he even has an ultimate.
Neural Theft gonna be into play. UAV online. And here on the A side, gonna be the rotation there. Can the Cypher actually find something a little better? Adrian, though, playing that so well. He hit onto the east corner, and it was basically tripwire after tripwire. Cypher Cage after Cypher Cage, doing everything he can and more. There we go, though, with Silva dropping down that recon. Dart might be a bait and switch here. Justin Weaver hides into the corner, but beautiful smoke from the Brimstone. Well played there by Grant, protecting the Cypher, going for the brawl against Heaven. And now shots do come. Jakama unable to get any targets. It seems like, though, it's a slow play from both sides, waiting for someone to make a mistake.
They're closing in from all angles here. A triangle trifecta coming out from Ronin. But you can hear already the teleporters. They knew that there was 3 people on A. So sneaky. And they're able to get B site pretty free. The big brains. But here comes Justin Weaver. Oh my gosh, the showstopper right into the face. And he even gets a secondary kill onto Jakama. And Justin Weaver, you know, he's bringing it back. He's not saying we're done just yet. I'm not done with you. Here it is. 5-7.
Yep, there you go. And the showstopper from Justin Weaver getting the value right there. He gets a slam on down. Come on and slam. And welcome to the gem. But right here, right now, shades of the previous game right here. 5-7 our scoreline. Ronin down by 2. But from what we've seen before, they can kind of just run away with it and more here on the side of Fives in their defense.
Just to add to what you were saying a while ago, part 2 coming out pretty soon. It's LeBron James.
Oh, yeah, it's true. That's true. That's true. My inner child and me enjoying those Looney Tunes, but you know what is going to be the tune of this game, Asurai? It has to be Ronin right now, looking to just get the beat and the beat down against the opposition. It's probably going to be some dubstep right here, right now, moving on forward. We have Justin Weaver, so dropping down that boom bot to get the scouting on. Unfortunately, it bounces the wrong way. It's just a little bit of a bait there. And for Dispenser, he's not going to fall for it. Seems like, though, for the defense, they're playing it safe, and immediately Dispenser with a kill onto JW. Easy takedown there.
Thing about that one is whenever Arena gets a kill, you get that insta overshield and you're not really afraid anymore to take these bouts because you heal and then you get like an extra shield as well for a couple of seconds. So it's very strong for Reyna to take these fights as long as you can get kills. Like I said before, Reyna is just way too supreme in that particular fashion. Now, Ronin is on the attacking side. Yes, definitely. They're going to try to rotate. Actually smoked up onto mid and you can see Dispenser's like, he's not going to care. It's not going to matter for him. He's just gonna go to Sui 2K and push up into mid some more. Maybe get even a kill for himself, and he does. This man is fearless to say at the least.
Yeah,
he's just go at it.
He did go at it. He tagged down, gets him up as well, forcing the Brimstone to retreat. And now without the Sage, there is going to be no healing whatsoever. There we go with the slow orb onto the short side. And overall, here and now for the side of Team 5, they are just so potent at this defense. 3-2, stalling for as much time as possible. Dispenser looking for a top up there from the Sage. And this is going to be a desperate endeavor right now from the attacking side. Humi going to be holding the line. Push now coming on through. Cypher looking for a little bit of setup. There we go. The Molly as well. And I feel like here for Team 5, they're playing it slow. They do get a headshot on, but Shirkan going to be able to get that takedown. Still, very low HP. Dispenser and Grant on the board. They stop the spike plant, and that is going to be it. Adrian though with the headshot on. Can he get one more? Dispenser again with 4 kills on the board. And this is just Dispenser. 1 away from that ace. 1 away from getting all 5 kills. But it feels like for Team 5, just the greatest addition of them all. This Reyna is having a field day with 19 kills on the board.
It's 19 kills on the board from Dispenser. And these are kills where he's not really supplemented by his team at all. Like, these are just kills where he just straight up wins the duels, you know? Dispenser hasn't really stopped being that star player, even from his CS days. And damn, has he transitioned that into Valorant.
Really is. The Reyna is just such momentum for him because he's able to play in a very aggressive playstyle. Speaking of the aggression, here comes Humi trying to go for the peak. With that flash, unfortunately, doesn't get too much. It really feels like, though, intelligence has been called. No one on the left side. Might be a B push here that the Cypher as well as Sage need to anticipate into this one.
There's
though.
three people going to hookah, two on long, but there is of course that big camera spotted out by the Cypher. And why Jesse Vash is here, really good positioning right there. I liked it. He's able to see the insta peek and maybe have a possibility of a headshot. Now he's gonna try to just pop a couple of slows here, while Jakama is once again onto the wayside with a Spectre. That is spot out onto Jesse Bash, and he's like, no, I'm not going to take this fight. I'm going to wait for my teammates right now and play it safe. You don't have any foothold on B just yet, so it's an easy retake whatsoever. It's an easy defend.
Yeah, it really is. It's just the advantage here for Team 5. Again, they respect their opponent enough to buy those guns. Jadsu, though, yoinking that Bulldog away from a corpse. And Jesse Flash gonna go down eventually. Cypher, though, still on the left side. We got Jakama holding that lower angle, and it will require Jadsu to drop on down, jump into the sand to finally get that kill. Looking for a little bit of that peak, though, but this time gonna drop on down, gets the advantage onto Jakama. 3 kills on the board here for Jadsu. Here comes the Phoenix, though, as well as the Brimstone. And I like how Humi is playing this safe. He doesn't want to overcommit. He doesn't want to push. There we go, though, with the shot. Spectre gonna into play, as well as the tripwire. And it's time to say goodbye, because Grant gets a backstab.
How did he not get picked up by the trap while he went down? And then when he went back up to hookah, he got picked up by it.
This is the angle. It's just sometimes how the angle works with these tricky Cypher traps. When you have a curved surface, right, it's on the diagonal. It goes somewhere on the sand rather than the thing. So it's like, I missed it the first time, and I tried to come back, and I hit it the second time, and that is enough for Team 5 to take the advantage. I love the patience game, though, from Humi. He went in when the tripwire was activated. I really expected him to go in when Grant was there, but, you know, opportunity is into play. And right now, this is exactly what we're talking about. Deja vu from map 1. This is Team 5 now running away with this defense and more.
That's very aggressive. Empress into the teleporter and you just pop out. And these are both flashers as well. So even though it seems risky, it could be a 2 versus 5. The ability to blind your opponents is nothing short of it feels like it could work if you flash your opponents twice with both the Phoenix as well as the Reyna. So that's something that we can like pick up from these guys. The big brains, the ability to understand the utility of their agents is, you know, just pretty admirable from these players.
And there you go, Spencer right now using that stim beacon to help him out. Again, Jesse Flash though with that whole antics, he's onto the high ground there, but the Spencer now gets him off with the trade as the Spencer disengages and puts Grant in harm's way instead. That's the funny thing about the Reyna. When you see the Reyna in front of you, she can always disengage with that translucence right there, able to get on away with that rate farm basically. And hey, it's Grant and Stake taking those bullets. The dismiss working out in favor though for the Reyna, and the Spencer has the hot hand, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one who's priority to survive as Justin Weaver. Hot on the Guardian as well. He is just so on point with the semi-auto.
Oh no.
If the hot goes Justin Weaver and he gets caught by Jakama there. Highly unfortunate. And eventually Jakama comes on back again to get another takedown. 22 kills here for the Spencer. Jakama has been, as we said, kind of the unsung hero for today. He's been MVP in the last semifinal. He's in second place right now in map number 2. And it seems like it's Humi and Grant having a quiet day at the office. But hey, for Team 5, even if not everyone is on point, they are just able to have someone really carry their weight. And for the Spencer and Jakama, these guys have been stalwarts, especially the 4K god himself, the Reyna, and I can't wait to see him get an ace into the future.
I mean, if he gets an ace, I'll lose my mind a little bit there. We'll see if he gets like a 1 versus 5. In any case, time is ticking already for Ronin. All the options that they have, or all the strategies that they've used, all the options that they had, isn't really working against FiVe. Like FiVe has done so well in just countering them out, whether it's from raw strategy from either Jesse Bash being just a godly IGL, or it's from just Spencer's, you know, ability to stop them in their tracks, and Jakama also an expert pro with this Cypher. It's just been incredible from them.
Yeah, it really is. And here comes the cascade immediately. Look at the crossfire. Jakama already with 4. Can he get that 5th kill? Looking on around. Gets him up onto the high ground already. And can Humi get that final blow? It feels like they aren't really playing with their food right now. They are just really respecting Team Ronin. And eventually it's Humi who actually gets the angle on. Gets him up. Gonna go down. Dispenser with the push there. But this is looking really dire for Team Ronin. Their tournament's dreams looking to be dashed here. One more round to go for match point for Team 5. This time it's Jakama with that quad feed. And damn, Team 5, this team is someone you have to watch out for. They come from a mixed background of CS and Overwatch, and it really goes to show that these guys are hungry for battle, hungry for victories, and hungry for a proper esports scene.
It seems like they're just, they're just gobbling up all of these tournaments right now. Now, let's see how it kind of pans out here, because obviously there's 2 more rounds left. Justin Weaver's gonna peek it out, gets spotted right quick. Maybe try to refrag for his boom buddy. Throws out a couple of the nades there. Gonna try to at least take someone out from pocket, maybe. But they still haven't found anybody yet. Up on top, Dispenser's like looking at it and perfectly timed with that peek. He's even using his intangible ability there just to peek out some more. And now aggressively using his Leer to get one out. He's not even done just yet. He's making such easy work of Adrian. He's now up to 2 kills. He's looking for a third. Use the intangible. He's just gonna go back, get a heal first, and then recuperate and just go for another push again.
This is the Dispenser show. Hot damn, indeed. Now, interesting enough, he hasn't used the Devour yet, so he's at 42 HP. Might need a top up there. Chrissy is Jesse Fash, but it is really just him understanding how to play that agent so well. Momentum in his favor, moves on the round. He's able to get the info that he's looking for, and he's so on point with the tracking, especially when he knows where his opponent is. But we'll keep an eye out on him. He's 2 away from that ace. Here comes the Cascade on again from Jakama, shining on through from the connector side. But for now, we have Get Him Up and Shirokun playing it safe. They need to save these Vandals so they can actually put up a fight. Jesse Vash, though, actually catching out Gets Him Up there, moving on forward. And now it's Shirokun versus the world, hiding on the side. Will get a flash, and will speed a takedown there. Gonna be able to get on away one more time. Shirokun right now, gonna get caught by Jesse Vash. And it is match point, ladies and gentlemen. This is tournament point for Team 5. One more, and they are gonna be crowned our champions of the Khrusher's Cup.
What's the strategy here? Do they even have money to buy? Can we see real quick what's the items for?
There we go.
Hey, they do have some money.
Light armor only, and Shirokun gonna be forced to like buy a rifle, an armor, and maybe a drone or some shock darts there. Has to decide, so it's not even the full kit coming the way of these players. Apparently Shirokun's able to save that utility earlier on. But yeah, in terms of the economy, this is pretty much do or die right now for the side of Ronin. They go for a Desperate Orbital Strike to force out Dispenser from his spot, but he will not be dissuaded. He has the Leer in hand, he has his Phantom, and now it's time for Dispenser to potentially dispense these kills again. Adrian though gonna get that first frag onto Humi. Here comes Dispenser moving on through Cypher Cage into position. There we go with the Showstopper. Then it is gonna be as boom goes the Dynamite. Adrian will get that final blow instead, and they tossed everything they could at Dispenser because they knew how strong he could be. Coming in from behind though, Jesse Vash right now looking for a little bit of the lurk, sees that raise, gets a takedown, but gets him all back in position. And overall, it feels like for Team Ronin, they will actually survive to live the fight another day, unless Shikama can get things done. On the lamp side right here, right now, Asurai, there is going to be 2 Neural Theft into play. I've seen Jakama clutch things out before. I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to do it again. Now going for the brawl, never mind, Jatsu with the shutdown. And again, Team Ronin surviving, but for how long? Because they need to win 7 in a row here, Asurai. 7 rounds just in their favor.
That is not an easy task up against 5. Although they are using their ultimate now to much effect. You can already see that it did kind of work out for them. And thankfully enough, they actually only used 2 of their ultimates, which now they have 3 left remaining, so they can use this up. But the big problem now is that Dispenser has his Empress again. And honestly, again, they said at Valorant, in terms of ultimates, it's all complementary. I felt like Empress is not a complementary ultimate. It is a incredibly powerful ultimate. That if you're able to hit your shots, you're just gonna be nigh unstoppable. Jatsu will be reviving Justin Weaver there, and they actually get the shutdown onto Jesse Vash, which is pretty important. So there's no revive, there's no much heals once you get to damage. So this is going to make Ronin a little bit more comfortable as they try to go for the push-in. But now you can see onto the map, onto that mini-map right there, into the middle, is Dispenser looking for a big flank. But Shirokun is on the angle, and he's going to be looking for Dispenser as he tries to go for that cheeky flank. And there you go. Shuts him down. Very well thought of from Ronin.
Yeah, Adrian gonna be all to the lamp side as well. We do have Jakama close, but no cigar whatsoever. Still gonna be money there, and gets him finally get that takedown. Overall, it's Jesse Vash, the only one who needs a buy from the rest of the crew. But it really goes to show that for Team Ronin, they refuse to lose. They refuse to get shut down. And Shirokun again, as well as Adrian, doing all they can and more. It has been a good show here from the Sova, a child prodigy. I feel like, you know, he's a lot older and wiser right now, but he still has that edge against so many. And in terms of mechanical skill, he's able to find these advantages with the lineup, with those takedowns. And now it's double Intel ultimates right here, right now, versus the Resurrection, and maybe an upcoming run back, as well as an Orbital Strike from the side of the defense.
Looking at the positioning, the Spencer is going to go for another big flank. He's going to be pushing onto B long, but Ronin does have the knowledge now that they can sniff it out and whatnot. Seems like he's going to go push for it. So take it, man, because my feed's going wacko.
It really goes to show the Cypher Cage makes everything glitchy, even the feed. And you know what I gotta say right now is how the Cypher sets up. When you get blinded by the Cypher Cage, when you get tripwired, it's basically like, hey, I know exactly where you are. I can just shoot into the wind. And you don't see that on the older games. You don't see that onto anything but Valorant, is that intel in the first place. But for Shira-kun, as well as Jakama, they might be touching tips, but Jesse Vash in the meantime holding on to long really, really well. Might be engaged though here from the Sova. Might take this as opportunity to push on forward, and he will get caught by Jakama there. Beautifully done by the defense. Team 5's right now 2 away from this victory. It's Justin Weaver as well as Jatsu coming in from the short side. Can they get anything done? Dispenser has that leer though, and into the flash, into the kill. Dispenser right now gonna be able to get that takedown, and well, can Justin Weaver survive? He looks at the eye and he will fall. Victory goes over to Team 5's, and they are our champions in the Khrusher's Cup.
A flawless victory on that final round. They didn't even know what to do there. Justin Weaver was like alternating taps on top of the eye, onto the lower of it, hoping to get a headshot. But that is the part of my wording here, but the bullshittery of the Reyna. In any case, well fought game, but in the end, fiVe wins this tournament. Hot damn, dude. Damn.
Reyna, OP, confirmed, question mark. That leer is just so strong. And it's a feast or famine character. It really is all about that snowball. And overall, it just makes such a huge difference, to say the least. Congratulations there.
Yeah.
The Team 5 with a wonderful victory. They are our champion yet again. 3-time champions from what I know. And it really goes to show that these guys are in it to win it in the local scene here in Valorant PH. Damn.
Yeah, they're
so good.
They're just kind of like creating that portfolio, They're just like, hey guys, if we want to be the best at the very beginning, so let's start stacking up. These tournaments are here already for us, so let's work it up. So once the official ones comes out, we have an idea on what our team is supposed to be. So this is not only them kind of showing their dominance, it's also them kind of developing themselves as a team. So there's much to look forward to for fiVe, but there's also much to look forward to for all of these teams, because Ronin didn't make it easy for them. That's like an understatement. They had to work tooth and nail for it. Granted, it seems like the other rounds look very easy, but that is because fiVe showed a lot of understanding on what to do against certain players, and even in the map.
It really is. And hey, we are gonna be looking to set up an interview with Team 5 in just a bit. But overall, Asurai,
That's awesome.
Just a few questions there. What did fiVe do right? Especially on that defense. Every single time, it would be Team Ronin making like 5-7 on that grand final, but then suddenly when it's 5 on the D, it's just looking nigh unstoppable for them, especially Dispenser. He pushes on the defense, he pushes on to get those kills, and we see multiple times that he's able to get a 4K every single map.
I think that's already the word that I think you already answered your question there. Just to add to that, it's Dispenser's ability to win these duels 1v1, even though it's supposed to be 1v3, because of that leer, because of his aim, and because of that that intangible ability for him to just be able to peek in and peek out so quickly is what's making it very difficult for Ronin. Because if Dispenser wins, if they don't win that duel, then they just stop, or Ronin stops in their tracks to push, and they try to go for another site, and it seems to work that case. You saw it when they went to A, Dispenser was there, and they lost like 1 or 2. They're like, yeah, F this, we're not going to go for A anymore. We're going to rotate, go B. And then because they have lower numbers, it's easier for Jesse Vash and his teammate, whoever's there with him, to shut down the other remaining members of Ronin. And I think that's why it was kind of difficult for them, because they never really had an answer against Dispenser.
Right, it's ridiculous. All I gotta say about Team Ronin, I'm very impressed with just how their play is. It's a playstyle I'm personally am not accustomed to, and they are very, very quick on the trigger figure. They are very, very potent on just playing those long range games. Especially just seeing the operator play there, especially on Haven. It felt like fiVe has no answer to that, but unfortunately, they kind of played the game of fiVe, especially on Bind.
Yeah.
They tried playing the same kind of game, and in a situation like that, when fiVe is able to close the distance, that is where they truly shine. So in terms of tactics, maybe back to the drawing board there for Ronin. look to play into the strengths because they are very, very strong. They are such a strong team. I wouldn't be surprised to see them get championships into the future, maybe in a very, very near future, honestly, with a star-studded lineup.
Oh.
In all honesty, that was a really great finals. That was really a matchup to remember. That was really a match that could set the tempo of the Valorant PH scene. And all I gotta say is, we are in for a bright future if all these guys really enjoy the game like this and really do want to just pursue Valorant into their careers, because it feels like overall is just a solid time. But for now, Mr. Asurai, we will be right back, and I will actually have Mr. Jesse
Hmm.
Vash into this one. And I believe we
Oh,
have a little bit of,
nice.
we have a little bit of a something going on. Stay tuned though, stick around. We'll be right back for our winners interview. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we got the captain of Team 5 right here, right now for our interview. It's Jesse Vash coming in, and hey, from us to you guys, congratulations of winning another tournament here in the Philippine Valorant scene. Jesus, you guys are so
Salamat,
good.
salamat.
Magaling. You know, this is the time where we can actually whip out the Tagalog out of nowhere. It's a little bit of both right there, guys. But you know, our
Hindi tayo
question
mga
here,
Inglesero dito.
the Konya Nation is just so strong. It really is. It really is. But you know, my question is, Jesse Bash, it really
Okay.
has been interesting ride for you guys on five. You've been playing together more or less since closed beta, and then you
Yeah.
had the addition of Dispenser. So how did that, you know, original roster form for five, and then what made you guys bring in Dispenser to your roster?
Actually, yung lineup namin without dispenser, very committed naman na siya sa Valorant since bago pa lang lumabas yung game. Ako, inaabangan ko na rin talaga. Almost every game naman, tinatry kong ano yun eh. Tapos depende sa scene kung iiwan ko or tutuloy ko. Tapos kay Kev, si Dispenser, di pa naman siya totally committed. Pero syempre, ini-scout namin siya as top player of CSGO.
It really is. He showed so much with the Reyna, and it feels like you guys have a very aggressive play style now because of it playing double duelist with double flash. So parang paano naging yun yung comp nyo? How did you guys set up that to be your team comp, and how do you guys basically prepare for Khrusher Cup afterwards?
Actually, si Kev kasi limited pa lang yung hero niya eh. Yung usually in-spam niya yung Reyna. Hindi kasi siya naglaro ng close beta, nag-try lang siya.
Mm-hmm.
And Wumi's comfort is Phoenix. So when open yung dalawa, talagang yun yung gagamitin namin. Last tournament lang, ban kasi si Reyna.
Ooh, I see.
So nag-change
But-
role kami.
It's interesting. And you guys really play so aggressive. Ang bilis nyo kagad mag-take ng spike. How do you guys, I take that spike, take ng ng plant basically, take ng site to play the offensive. It's ridiculous how fast you guys execute the Asurai. It's like you blink and then 4 kills already done. Oh, they're already on points. And my question is, how do you guys practice that, or is it just like how you feel for one another, how fast you guys can execute with one another?
Nag-scrims na talaga kami. May mga sparring partner na kami from different region, different country. From Singapore, gano'n.
Bilis ah.
HK meron din.
Ready.
And pag naging magaling pa kami, meron naman kaming Korean contact din, mga teams.
Ooh, that's pretty interesting.
Nice.
I recommend scrimming with the Koreans. They're always good at pretty much anything.
Quick question lang din pala. Kasi,
Go ahead.
a while ago kasi we were like formulating questions, right? Wala akong maisip. Ngayon may naisip na lang ako. Kung okay lang sagutin to.
Sige.
What do you think is like the optimal na agent lineup pag naglalaro kasi sa competitive? Like any particular matchup, team comp lang. Like, kasi nakita ko may mga teams na hindi kumukuha ng flash comp. Parang siguro Reyna lang, pero they don't go for like a Breach or a Phoenix. Pero sa tingin mo, mas competitive ba yun or comfort picks na lang sa agent sa'yo?
For start, siguro comfort pick. Pero after practice, siguro needs na ng mga smoke utility na heroes like Brimstone.
So yun, okay.
Brimstone makes a difference. Like, you, especially
Yes.
orbital. Parang yung orbital rin laki ng
Brimstone
zone.
or Omen.
Yeah, Omen. Omen's pretty interesting
Yeah,
too, if you yung mga flank plays. So,
Yeah.
okay, I have a question also again, Bash. So, di ba you came in from a tournament where you only played Haven? Why didn't we see Haven more? Parang, was Haven your pick nung best of 3? And if so, yeah, why? If no, why not?
Actually, hindi yun yung best map namin eh.
Yeah,
Nabatak lang kami dun sa last tournament namin na Haven only. So, in the end, yun, dun kami naging comfort sobra.
True. Parang ilang araw
Accent talaga yung mga map namin.
Yeah, two days of Haven. You just gotta know every little bit of it. But looking at Team Ronin, they're very, very strong. They come in from PUBG and CS. And who do you think who were you guys like focusing on? Any threats you came in to that matchup? Any threats you had to scout out before anything else? And after everything, who do you think is like, what do you think is the strength of Team Ronin as a whole actually?
Actually, okay yung team nila eh. Mga veteran din kasi to sa ibang game. And yung isang team, yung sila LG, isa rin yun. Mga threat na kailangan namin magbatak para hindi kami mabutan.
Taas nga ng batak niya. 3-time champions. Oh my god. How many times are you gonna yoink the Valorant PH money? It's a really good start. It's honestly a really good start. You won that closed beta one. You guys won the Yasamel one. You won this one on Khrusher's Cup. Have you guys won anything else? And what are you guys looking into the future? Are you guys gonna start moving into like regional tournaments next? Because I do know a bunch of them are actually popping up here and there in the SEA scene.
Actually, waiting kami sa mga events, lalo na mga Southeast Asian events.
Ooh, okay. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Actually, tapos tumutulong din pala sa amin para na kami may
manager na ka.
analyst. Alam mo yun?
Analyst.
Analyst coach. Actually,
Good. Sino?
giveaway sa Big
Sige
Hill.
ba? Yeah.
Si Mr. Gibo?
Ah,
Tama lang
binabasa
yun.
niya yung lahat replace ng before na makakalaban namin.
Yeah, responsible naman yan si Mr. Gabo when whether he drinks or not, honestly. He is able to get something
Actually,
done.
pampalakas niya yun eh.
Oo nga eh. Ano yan? Parang, ano yan? Drunken fist. Pero drunken brain. Honestly, drunken brain. But yeah. Team 5, you guys are just so amazing. Ito yung tanong ko also. When are you guys gonna change your logo from something that isn't a spray in game?
We're working in it.
Okay, beautiful. Anything else to ask? You got any more questions or?
Magpapaint na daw si
I'm
Gibo
good.
ng logo mamaya.
Yun na.
Yun.
Hindi na naman
Paint lang.
transparent. Tapos ako pa yung mag-aayos ulit. I already know it. So, Jesse Bash, thank you for your time. Any
Thank you
shoutouts
for the
you,
event.
man? Yeah,
Congrats.
any shoutouts you want before, you head on that as we wrap things up?
Shoutout lang sa lahat sa family ko. Tapos sa community ng Valorant. Keep on supporting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
you.
Appreciate it, Jesse Bash. And yeah, you can help on that as well. Asurai, that was a Khrusher Cup to remember. There were a bunch of great matchups, a number of great teams, and overall, in the end, it is Team 5's our champion. It really feels like, it was destined to beat them. I feel like my own predictions were kind of on point, in all honesty, but it has proven that there are so many people that are hungry for this scene, that are hungry to get better. And I feel like fiVe right now does have the edge because of how early they started, but at the same time, there are these teams like such as Ronin, wherein if they get more practice in the game itself, they might be able to bring in a little bit of that old flavor to the new one and be the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I mean, they just like it's crazy how in such a small amount of time they have that amount of practice, that amount of knowledge, and that amount of infrastructure behind them. They even have like someone analyzing games for them so that they can like use that and kind of fine tune each particular matchup they're up against. Whether it's Ronin, whether it's Wasp, or anyone else in the current roster of teams in Valorant Philippines. It just like blows my mind, but it's a good blowing out of my mind kind of thing.
Yeah, it really is. And looking at the Crushers Cup roster, some notable ones like Anbu, EXE, Game Titans, so many different teams here and in and out of the community. And it really just goes to show that when there's a tournament, people do show up. When there's a tournament, there are people who really persevere. And all I gotta say is big shout outs to our sponsor Khrusher. You are on his page right now. Thank you for hosting the stream as well as basically providing that pool, providing the entertainment for us overall. Big shout outs also to Valorant PH, the community. You can check out the Discord link if you want to join. We host pugs every week on a question mark schedule whenever whenever we're available. That's pretty much it. But there's so many people to play with, so it doesn't really matter. And then when you play into the bugs, it's like, oh, I can play against the people that I know. And of course, we have tournaments from time to time that we brought here on Crusher's Cup. And of course, big shout outs to Mr. Asurai as well as our lovely partner from yesterday. Oh, I forgot his new
Nausicaa.
name. It's like Nausicaa. Nausicaa. It's like I really grilled him in so many ways as the dogs are just going crazy already. I really appreciate you guys.
They're also
hopping on
celebrating.
They're celebrating too. Team 5 with
Yeah,
a win. There
five,
we go.
five.
Five. And thank you to everyone who tuned on in. It's a little difficult. It's a little different also since we're on Facebook of all things on a stream like mine. But
Yeah.
hey, it's a different place, a different time, and I really appreciate everyone who tuned in, supported the stream, supported the community, and we will see you guys into the next one. Just tune in to the Valorant PH Discord as well as our Facebook group there. And hey, we will see you next time. Asurai, anything you want to say before we head out?
Just saying, Valorant is starting to become a new love of mine. It's a pretty damn great game, and right now, all of you guys, nurturing the community is just kind of like making me want to play more. Though I do wish we could play some more because I've been playing with a bunch of my close friends, but I haven't really played with the people here. Do definitely want to get scrim so I can get better as well. I've been practicing a lot with my aim, so I definitely want to try that out against like the big pros like Dispenser. Probably won't fare too well, but hey, you get you live, you learn, get strong.
Really is. Just get better and better. grind those games. Can't wait to see Ramp into play. Can't wait to see what else in
True.
store for Valorant into the scene, maybe into the region. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Mr. Asurai. You know, I'm very excited
Wait,
about
wait,
a
nudge,
lot.
nudge.
Wait, wait, nudge, nudge. This is a test bed. This is a trial. And hey, we really appreciate you guys tuning on, and thank you guys for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for enjoying our stream, even with that slight hiccup of a technical issue getting in the way. It is much appreciated for you guys sharing the stream, tuning on, and supporting Khrusher and his page. And we will
Yeah.
see you guys in the next one. It's a jungle out there. It's a jungle in here apparently because all my animals have started going crazy. So it's a perfect time to say good night. Have a good evening. Have a good dinner, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll see you guys in the next Valorant PH tournament.